Okay, guys, bear with me. I never said I was good at this. So I did kind of an introductory video for this for my Facebook group, um, and then I never did like an actual YouTube one. Um, so anyway, here's going to be the beginning of the next project. This is a 8-ball deluxe limited edition by Bally. So this one's a little bit different. It has kind of the leftover cab. I believe it was from like Miss Pac-Man or something. They made a ton of these cabs, and then was it not Fireball, Laser Ball or something? I don't. Anyway, um, so anyway, I know they made a bunch of these cabs for a different game, and then they had to figure out something to do with all these cabs. So they ended up one of them, 8-ball deluxe, pretty fun game. I have not had one of these before. My local place, Atomic, that has over 100 pins, they do have one of these on uh, in their game room. So I have played it there several times. Can't really, they have over 100 games, so it's hard to hear any game in there pretty much. But this one was offered to me, previous customer, friend, whatever you want to call him now. So I know him now. I'm friends with him. So um, he had got my second meteor off of me, and he hit me up about a week ago or so. I guess it's been about a week. Um, he had this game starting to have issues. Excuse the mess. We're out in the, as I call it, kind of like the operating room, um, the spare garage. Um, so he hit me up. He said this game had just kind of been getting, starting to have more and more issues. Um, and he has a bunch of other games, and it's kind of, he's had it for years. So he asked if I wanted it. Sure. So for the right price, I'll take about anything. So the main thing in this one is, as you can see, it did have factory mylar put down on it, but love it or hate it. Um, I will say though, the paint under it is perfect. So this game overall is in very good condition. That's really nice. Just kind of needs cleaned. The back glass has like one tiny little scratch on it. Um, I mean, it's just doesn't really get any better. Cab's in really good shape. I mean, it's just no complaints. Your normal little, oh, there's a little tiny, whatever. Um, so overall, I would say it got to the point it wasn't booting anymore at all. He does have a couple of new boards that came with it, lamp boards. It already has a All-Tech solenoid driver board in it, a new rectifier. So that's all good. Um, so I had a couple of free minutes. I came down here and I was like, you know what? Um, I'm just going to go ahead and throw one of my All-Tech MPUs in it and see if I can even get it to boot. So kind of let me see where we're at. So I I had to go ahead and put all the wiring back in it because I had to take the head off because this thing's freaking tall. I had to take the head off just to get it in my van. So on that note, um, there is several bad connectors. We'll get to that, but with putting the new MPU in it, get a little ding ding going on here. Ball Deluxe, 3-ball. 8-ball deluxe, 3-ball. So it is booting, and you can start a game. Um, so we have that going for us. Some of the bulbs do work. You can see there, some of the GI does not work over there. I can show you why some of the GI does not work over here. But we can start a game. The flippers work. And this is as far as I got. And I was like, you know what? I should probably make a video. Looks like some bulbs out there. We got bulbs out everywhere. These are also those dim LEDs, which I'm not a fan of. So I did find a bag of the comets that I tend to run, but I have them in bayonets for everything. So I was actually shocked. I had a bag of these are actually wedge bulbs, so I do have a bag of those. Um, but let me see. I'm going to go ahead and shut this off, get the back glass out, and I'll show you kind of what's going on. Okay, so here we go back here. You can see the solenoid driver board. All the green lights are on like you're supposed to. Q9 is lit up. That's a diagnostic LED, so I got to see exactly Q19, I believe this says. So I got to see exactly what that means. I don't know if it's going to be a little transistor right there, or if that's a problem with the actual solenoid in the game. Ball Deluxe. 8-Ball Deluxe. So, like I said, I went ahead and threw in my Alltech MPU in there real quick just to see if it would boot. And it does. Cool. So, now I'll just kind of see about maybe repairing the old one, or um, if you're watching my Genesis videos right now, well, by now this time has already passed because I may not post this until after I'm done with Genesis. But I am doing the Genesis project right now, and I have my birthday barbecue thing coming up here in a couple weeks. So my main concern is Genesis. Um, but I'm stuck on Genesis. I can't do anything until I get more parts. At this point, you know, if you kind of think back to that, watching that video, um, my PBR parts did show up that allowed me to do more testing, but I'm still having a solenoid issue, so blowing a fuse. So I gotta get more parts to fix the board. So, or I just order a new board. Not sure what I'm doing yet, but parts to fix the board will be here tomorrow. So then we'll see what's going on with that. Anyway, um, as you can see, this does have the, let me zoom out here, has the squawk and talk. It has the auxiliary lamp board, the normal lamp board that you've had in Bally's for, I don't know what year this came out, but it's since like 77, 78, I've been using that lamp board. Then you got your two Alltechs in there. If I come over here, we do have a new Alltech lamp board, and we have a new Alltech auxiliary lamp board. Right now, I don't think we need these because I can tell you for sure that's an issue. That's an issue. And those came from right there on J4, pin 1 and 2. And then you come over here to the auxiliary lamp board. Whoops, went past it. You have this white with black right here. It's supposed to go up there. And if I take that wire, quit talking and start chalking. Quit talking and start chalking. I'm sorry, I'm doing a video. Mocking me. So if I take that one and I touch it to that top pin, the GI does come on in a lot more spots here. Let me, if I can do this without, I'm not going to watch the phone here for a second. It's running away from me. It just reset the game. So go ahead and reset that. Yeah, it didn't like that. Reset, reset. Okay, it didn't like that idea. I did it earlier and it worked. But goes ahead and Ball Deluxe 3-ball. Yeah, so, well, don't do that, kids. Look at your wiring diagram, make sure you're doing that correctly. So luckily it just went into aired out mode. So as you can see, that's on. If I go into solenoid driver test right now, all the solenoids fire. But if you actually start a game, which I can do, so flippers work. So those work, but nothing. So nothing. But if I go into solenoid driver test, they do work. So that's my current. I got to see why it's not getting the signal. And actually see it just, this one popped up earlier. Now it's on again. So get the C. Get the C. Where's the C? There's the C. But see, ooh, yeah, see it just popped the 7-ball, 6-ball, 5-ball, 4-ball. It said 5, but it didn't go off. 3-ball. Oh, we got some flickering. So yeah, we've got, and there is some wiring down there that's like electrical tape, so I got to fix that. Um, I wouldn't be surprised. I did know about this, so I did order some like 20 pin, like some big versions of those connectors. I ordered, some long ones of that, of the 156 and the 0.100. So I ordered those, got those on the way because I knew I needed them. So this is where we're at. We're now testing. I gotta pull up the manual, see what that means. Obviously, I know under the playfield there could be diodes. That could be a burnt coil. Um, I'm not sure. I'm not even sure what Q18 and what is it? That'd be Q15 and Q19. I got to see what those even are. Or does it mean D22 and D20? Um, I don't know. Pretty sure. So I got to see what that stuff means. Um, Displays. If I go into display test, it's weird. All the segments work, but like it'll say, instead of saying all ones, all twos, all threes, all fours, it'll say all ones, all twos, all twos, all four. Like it'll skip three, like it'll do twos twice instead of threes. And it did that for another number as well. So I got to see exactly what's going on with that. Um, those are all original plasmas. I don't, and it was all of them, I'm pretty sure. So I don't think it's a display issue. I think it's going to be, like a corroded pen or something. I think it's getting the wrong information. I can double check my dip switches, stuff like that on the MPU, make sure that that's not an issue. Could be those guys over there corroded and giving it mixed signals. We'll figure it out, but that's where we are. Um, so, be a good little project. Not much to, I mean, it's going to be some wiring gremlins is going to be the issue with this. Because the shop job, that's going to be easy. That's no big deal. Rubbers, bulbs, put LEDs in. I mean, it has LED. Well, it has LED GIs, I guess, just around the flippers. Now I'm looking. All of those GIs are all incandescents. So, whoop, sorry, sorry. So I guess the only LEDs is just these four down here. Oh, oh, one there and one there. So we got 6 LEDs in the whole entire game. So we'll have to fix that. Minimum do the GIs, maybe the obstacles. Um, just gotta make sure the lamp matrix is okay with that. It's got to see what it's got going on under there. Um, like I said, I haven't done this. I would think it's the same lamp board, so I'm sure the obstacles work. It's just wedge bulbs, so I think it's all the same. Yeah, and there's the new rectifier board down there. That's all good. I checked all the voltages earlier; those were all looking good. Um, oh, there we go. It was a little on the high side, but we're getting stuck on that. There we go. It was a little on the high side, but maybe with no load. Sometimes read higher. So, okay, there we go. This should be pretty fun. Shouldn't be that bad. Um, I don't know if I would say if you're interested, let me know. But I don't know. I might hold on to this one for a little bit. We'll see. Also know the guy that I got it off of. He said if I decide to sell it, let him know first, and or when it's almost done, he wants to check it out. So there we go. Like I said, back glass is pretty much in perfect condition. Got some extra boards. I got a pile of trash I need to get rid of because I haven't been out here. I've been using the arcade because I got a couple less games in there right now, so I've been working on them in there instead of out here. So, but there we go. Get it done.